Hola, mi gente, and welcome to
Stays Crunchy and Milk.
If you have questions or comments, queries, statements, or otherwise, we have multiple ways to be reached. Twitter is, of course, the best way for those that need instant gratification, and the show's Twitter feed is @SkimPod. That is SKIMPOD. That's where I like to fight. For the more patient amongst you, the email address for the show is podcast@stayscrunchyandmilk.com. That's crunchy being spelled with a K. We're available via Apple Podcasts, Stitcher Radio, TuneIn Radio, Google Play, Spotify, and a partridge in a pear tree. And of course the website, stayscrunchyandmilk.com. Please rate, review, subscribe, and share the show. And a band plays on here at Skim, and to that end we provide you a podcast, a musical discussion podcast built on a hip-hop foundation, and you know what? It's dope. Our personal Twitters are Tatum216, Lunchbox2099, your host, the Internet's Tayrell713, and me? Well, damn it, I'm the real ODP.
Hey, Stays Crunchy Milk is episode 309. Heads up.
Yeah, we didn't want to say the number because first we didn't know it. Second, I was pretty sure you was probably going to cut this and put this at the end, maybe.
Whoa, there we go then. What's good, people? We back. This time beneath the staircase of, what's it called? The arcade, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And a tiny bit of echo, and strangers yelling like they have no good goddamn sense.
Oh yeah, and the bathroom when the people use the hand dryer, it is annoying.
There you go. It's episode 309 of this very show. We do this every week. Welcome back to it. I had to run and get some pizza because the spot over here that I was trying to get food from ran out of chicken. And they really don't have any other options for your boy after
Never
that.
run out of chicken. Rule number one.
I guess I eat a lot of cornbread, but that really ain't going to
Showed people at work on Friday the news report from like 10 years ago in New York where like the Popeyes was closed on a Tuesday because they ran out of chicken.
Yeah, they said they do a Tuesday special, right?
Yeah. So like they were interviewing all the people in the drive-thru like, out of chicken? Well, they don't have any. Popeyes should be ashamed of themselves. I look forward to this deal to feed my family.
On Tuesday?
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of an insane deal when you think about it.
They should have
It used to be better. Like now, shit, it's super echo in here. Now it's $1.89. That shit was straight up 99 cents at first for 2 pieces of chicken and a biscuit. Now it's only 2 pieces of chicken now. So
You don't have to eat a biscuit anymore?
you don't get the biscuit no more. I remember when Popeyes first opened, like if you bought single piece of chicken, you got a biscuit with every piece of chicken you bought. Now it's just kind of like, nah, man, you gotta buy your
Most of
biscuit.
them now, they are a part of the Burger King conglomerate,
Yeah.
along with Tim Hortons. So they are all owned by that company. So, it's probably
That's another
bit of
thing
belt
I
tightening.
gotta look forward to this weekend.
Timmy's?
Yeah. Oh, dude, it's like it's gonna be 4 days of me just not like worrying about carbs and all that shit. Like, I haven't had Tim Hortons in years, really. I've already, I ate a muffin when we were there last year, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I had a muffin. I don't even think I ate a donut.
Yeah.
So it's like I got that to look forward to, a poutine to look forward to. Like, I'm not gonna say that I'm about to go here and scarf down 7,000 calories a day, but I'm not about to be like, it has carbs in it. I'm not eating it. This is my 4 days. I've been a good boy for a long
You
time.
really have been. Also, what I don't want to happen is you eat something that it disagrees with you. So, you gotta sample some shit, get you up. Man, we should stop it like Niagara.
It's not like beef or whatever. Like,
I know. What it is, I don't want nothing to be like, you ain't had this in your tummy in a while, bro. Stop it. But
Well, I think if it's a couple days of that, I think you can, crescendo it. But you know your body.
yeah.
that's one, and you do know. You know yourself well. So, but today is my baby girl, my daughter's 12th birthday, and I thought I'd share with y'all tales of her birth because it's been on my heart today. Today, I feel like birthdays are like solemn events for me. I'm saying they're very happy. I'm glad we made another year, but I'm sad because her mama ain't here for it. So I thought I'd tell you a story about her mama and me making her or bringing her forth to this world, and why doctors build some fuck shit. My son was an emergency C-section. Long-term listeners know that, which means we're going to try to birth him as normal. When shit got thick, and they was like, gotta get him out now. Emergency C-section. My daughter, a planned C-section. So we made sense. Kind of like, all right, we know what we're gonna do here. We know what this is scheduled for. Well, we knew at least we can get a tight end for. We had an idea. She was due the 7th of July, but it ended up being like, why don't we just do it on this day, which was the 16th of July, and
Some extra incubator?
just to make sure she was already good. Her mom had gestational diabetes, or just diabetes actually, when it's all said and done, which seems to go hand in hand with what she also had polycystic ovary disorder, which is a thing a lot more women have than you would think. And those two diseases seem to walk hand in hand, so maybe one causes the other, or just one happens to be a thing. So again, it's very difficult for us to get pregnant the first time, and surprised as fuck to get pregnant the second time because it just wasn't supposed to happen. And we, that's Jimmy. What are you doing over here?
It's all over.
Oh, okay. So go to the hospital, whatever. So the whole time we've had an amazing. This doctor's had amazing staff in his office. They've been great. They walked us through all this stuff, told us the ups and downs of this stuff, and what we need to be doing because of her diabetes and so forth. And so throughout her entire race, she was sharp as a tick. She never like fucked up her diabetes. It was never her sugar was fucking up or anything like that. There, she kept it on point. She ate what she's supposed to do, did what she's supposed to do, treat her body right. Because what it is if you don't do that, you're gonna have a massive ass baby. It's a problem with people who have gestational diabetes.
I ran into my friend at Target a couple weeks ago, and she's currently pregnant. And I was talking to her about like what I've been doing with my diet, but I say diet, but I mean what I've been doing with how I eat now.
Yeah.
And she was saying that she has to do the same thing because her family, with their genetics, they're at a higher risk of contracting. I guess contracting is the word for this diabetes during the pregnancy and. Like, there's a chance that when the pregnancy's over, that the diabetes will stick around.
Yeah. So, like I said, I can never be said that this woman didn't do everything that she was supposed to do and more of anything. You know what I'm saying? She's really on point with her shit. Like I said, the entire office of that doctor's office was always on point. Cool people who always tried to help us and talk us and walk us through things. I really enjoyed them. The doctor himself was a piece of fucking shit, and I hate that man. To this day, I hate that man. Because when it's all said and done, like I said, I know what he thinks of. I know he thinks we're just idiots or whatever or nobodies. Not saying that we are both people who are employed gainfully in our careers at this point in our life. We are people who have decided to have another child, who have decided to have we planned parenthood as if we planned our parenthood. You know what I'm saying? With no like shock at all. Like I was surprised by it, Lily, but that's it. That's only because we've been told like this is always going to be a difficult process going forward. That's it. But other than that, we knew what the fucking deal was. And so I'm in that fucking surgical room, hanging out with my wife, who's saying I'm just up top, hanging with her, talking her through things, talking to the anesthesiologist, who's worried I'm going to pass out, but he don't understand it's my second time around. I'm okay. It wasn't the first time. It was not. An emergency section will fuck your whole life up. I'll tell you that right now. You'll never be more scared than at that point. But my kid is freed of her mother. Comes in weighing at like 10 pounds, like 8 ounces, and his little smart bitch ass is like so much for controlled gestational diabetes because control of it is her doing right by whatever. Yeah, he thinks we're morons, like we don't understand that. And I should have said something to his bitch ass, but you know what? I'm probably better for not, because if anything he did what he was supposed to do and got my kid safe into this world. But fuck that dude for thinking we was idiots and didn't know he was talking shit about us. Yeah, as if we weren't doing anything. No, my children are big. My son came out at 8'8". And he came out 2 weeks early. Yeah. So my daughter, who had 2 more weeks in her, that's probably what he would end up being, because that's how babies grow real fucked up. They grow fast in the womb like that sometimes. So she came out like fully forward, and I love everything about that. But then she got her tubes tied while he was in there. We decided again, Planned Parenthood. We knew what we was doing. We said 2, and that was gonna be it. He turns out has a habit of when he ties with his shoes, he kind of leans one way or the other in his knitting. So most women have a bit of discomfort after that from him in particular, because that's the way he ties shit off. That's a fucked up tying methodology. So not only is he a shitty fucking asshole who thinks he's like that his patients are just beneath him and so forth and so on, he has a fucked up way of doing these medical procedures. I guess maybe he learned them weird or whatever. He just fucked them up. But I remember going to the office after that, and I heard complain of it, and the nurse is saying, it's the way he ties things off. I guess he just leans left. He leaned left or right at the time. But fuck that nigga. What it comes down to is me saying, you know what I'm saying, one, proud as fuck, happy as fuck that my daughter is here, and 12 is a big fucking deal, and I dig it. And
The tween years.
yeah, for sure. I miss her mom. I miss her mom's presence in her life, but I love how much I like her mom she is. It actually touches my soul a lot. I be like, man, you look like her, you laugh like her, kind of fuck with your hair like she used to a little bit, because you know what I'm saying. And I dig that part of it. And
She sounds a lot like her too.
yeah, it's funny. It makes me kind of chuckle off of that. And it's like women are fucking god. I was just watching somebody, Trisha Hirschberg was on Kind of Funny's podcast, and it's like, women are goddamn superheroes, man. Because birthing or even going through such invasive ass surgeries is amazing. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta give it up to women. I gotta give it to that particular woman. And happy birthday to my daughter. And I'm pretty, like I said, I just want to talk about that today. I was thinking about it as I drove in. I was like, that was a wild ass time. You know what I'm saying? And it's been 12 years, and that right there seems so crazy to me, because it's just time, man. It's just a blip, you know. It both seems like just yesterday, and it seems like here we are at the same time. So happy birthday to my daughter.
Happy birthday.
12 years old. I give it up to her. I gave her presents this morning before I left, because we was gonna be, that way I was in the house with her myself. So she wanted a couple of books. One was Be More Chill, which is actually a Broadway musical at this point as well, and she loves the musical, so she wanted the book. And she wanted the Try Guys new book, and I got her that too. So she got her fancy little books. I let Amazon wrap them because I like their wrap job, and they lose a little fancy bags.
Yeah, that is a life hack that you taught me. Those are some nice bags.
She appreciated them because she'll just use them for whatever. You know what I'm saying? Throw hair ties in them, throw whatever at them. So I dig that. The house is all set up for her little set tonight. Her friends are coming over. They're gonna have a sleepover. But Vanessa made a little photo wall with some props and stuff they can take pictures at and so forth right there, right at the stairs right there. So I'm happy. My kid's 12, man. I have done what I need to do to get her here.
Yeah, I mean, and not only that, like you guys not only did you handle Parenthood differently the second time, like y'all did like made your own baby food, y'all did natural diapers, or cloth diapers that second time around. Y'all went in and did it on hard mode the second time.
But it didn't even come off that way. And you know what I'm saying, again, credit to her mama, because, you know, what the fuck am I know? She breastfed. She breastfed for nearly the whole year, which is amazing. She couldn't get, Xander was tongue-tied. He has a short tongue.
Yeah, so we had to get Anthony that surgery.
Yeah, Xander couldn't ever latch on as good as he needed to, so he ended up being breastfed by a bottle. You know what I'm saying? She pumped for as long as she could. In fact, she ended up going to the hospital like in 6 weeks. A lot of women have the same problem too. Had to have her gallbladder out because she was gone for some days and had to have surgery and shit like that. There, fuck everything up. So basically, he had to stop breastfeeding at that point. Yeah. But he got it in for a little bit. He's probably better for it. I hope so.
Yeah. So did you ever get the son clipped?
No. So they just said the second was short. It wasn't so whatever.
Yeah.
So we just let him be, and he did okay.
Yeah, we actually, I had to hold Anthony while he got his tongue clipped.
I remember that.
That shit was fucked up.
Yeah.
I hope, since he's of that age, hope he doesn't have any trouble French kissing any girl that short tongue he is.
Same thing, let them come in.
Yeah, you come in. I'm tongue tied, baby.
So, what you got on the platter here? I know man got some stuff written down. That's why I wanted to come at you. You got anything to offer up?
Nope, I'm good.
All right. So, the other day we were walking back to work after we recorded, and Lunch was saying that he was talking to a friend of his, mentioning our show about how we used to call different when people die. We, had a post.
Post-mortem.
Yeah, post-mortem recipes or dishes to pay respect to the dead.
Michael Clark Dunklin being the example he shouted out. Which actually, it's so good.
Still good.
It's so good. R.I.P. Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah.
But
I don't know if I knocked it off the park this time, but I got a few. There was a lot of people died this year, but mostly there was like 94. I'm like, we don't know these people. You 94 years old.
Like Rip Torn was like 88.
Yeah, Rip Torn was 88, but
I only know that because I looked up his Wikipedia after he passed.
Yes. So the first, we got to pay respect due to Tim Conway, an Ohioan, with Tim Conway consomme, which is just a fancy chicken broth.
Why is it? Is consomme just French for broth?
No, it's a certain technique. Like it's a certain way that they make the consomme.
Okay.
I'm amazed at how much culinary knowledge you have for like someone who wasn't like officially trained.
I'm not officially trained, but I gotta give some respect due to my man. Well, the first thing I probably watched was like Julia Childs on TV.
I watched my man Yan Can Cook.
Yes.
Justin Wilson, I guarantee that guy.
Yeah, I guarantee.
Yeah.
I knew him through Ranch Frito. Ranch Lay's.
What's my man?
Ruffles.
Jacques. I can't remember. He was a French dude on PBS, and he used to cook like stuff. And he was like,
I remember like watching that stuff because my grandmother would put it on all the time. Mm-hmm. So it was always like the block of cooking shows, and then they would go into like Old Yankee Workshop and This Old House.
Yeah.
This old house is the shit.
And it's still on.
Yes.
But I remember like the one cooking show, the lady would cook some shit, and then she'd spend the last couple minutes doing a quilt.
Mm-hmm. Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Just gotta wrap up the show and talk while she knitted.
Yeah. While she knitted like one of the squares on the quilt.
I like that. Was the quilt like? Was the square based on like the recipe she made or something like that?
I don't think so. Not that I remember.
It would have been no extra level. Like I made turkey checkers-ina today. Just start, But keep on, carry on.
All right. So, Tyler Skaggs, baseball player, rest in peace. No hitter, apple fritters.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Nice.
My main man Bob Epstein, aka Super Dave Osborne, broken brittle.
Hell yeah. We love that too.
So, Cameron, is it Bachi or the dude we talked about last week that was on Grown Ups too? The
little kid?
Yeah.
I mean, he keeps showing up on my fucking Snapchat. Like, I go
news?
Yeah, he keeps showing his picture. So it's like every day I'm haunted by this child.
Yeah. So his was Grown Ups 2, Cordon Bleu.
Okay.
All right. Rip Torn. It's pretty easy. Steam corn.
Oh, okay.
All right. So Max Wright. Alfredo Cat Tutori, because it was the dad from Alf.
Okay. Oh, man. Okay. I was like, what are you talking about, man? Okay.
So, and I just pulled that out of my ass, like Alfredo Cat Tutori. But
yeah, that's Alf and Cat together in one.
But cacciatore is hunter in Italian cuisine. Refers to meal prepped hunter style with onions, herbs, tomatoes, often bell peppers, and wine. Cacciatore is properly made with braised chicken or rabbit. So if you're going to braised chicken or rabbit, that's a fucking meal for, that's something a cat can substitute. It's a small animal. So I was just like, that came out of my ass. And
you were spot on.
yes. All right. So Gloria Vanderbilt, rest in peace. Designer beans, aka black and brown beans, because they always stealing from us. So Bushwick Bill passed away from the Ghetto Boys. We got my
It's a tough one. It's tough.
all right. My Mahis playing tricks on Bree.
I don't know how that particular fish would go with Brie, but I can fuck with it.
I don't know. I'm just saying like a Brie on top of a brick of
It's a
Brie.
very creamy cheese, but a very fatty fish. So, you know what I'm saying?
There we go.
I like to consider these things when you actually say it. You know what I'm saying?
I think it could work.
Yeah.
If you put it all in a puff pastry.
True, because that'll soak up a lot of fat. Take home.
All right, so we do it. So Grumpy Cat, rest in peace. Fish sticks and tartar sauce, because that was his real name.
Yeah. She named that cat Tard. Real not cool with that.
All right, and of course, rest in peace to Nipsey Hussle. The only coleslaw I will ever eat is Crenshaw Community Coleslaw.
And marathon continues, people.
Yes, it continues.
Fuck yeah. God, like I said, we got some old gags on the show that they kind of floated away as time went on, but it was a good call, bro. Just bring up that Michael Clark dumplings, bro. That shit goes hard. Man, I mean, that was an unintentionally quick situation there.
My buddy has been messaging me today, and he said that he was listening to one of our shows from last year. Mm-hmm. and he goes, I'm listening to a skim up from last year after you had a birthday party. Your voice sounds hoarse from being sick. And then I go, I don't even remember what happened. He goes, it's getting heated about Brett Kavanaugh at the moment. I go, I probably zoned out during all that. So, yeah, we actually...
That was probably Gabe going hard on Brett Kavanaugh.
I'm like, Brett Kavanaugh, I'm like, you even saying the name to me right now doesn't ring any bells with who the fuck this person is. So I can assure you, I have no recollection of what the fuck was said about this.
He's now a Supreme Court Justice.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's one of the 9, so...
Yeah, this country is, Oh, yeah, I got something I want to talk about.
Go ahead.
So, what do you guys think about this whole Area 51 and about to fucking storm that bitch in September?
I was wondering why the fuck all of a sudden there was a massive amount of Area 51 Hohen memes going around on my Twitter and Instagram. I was like, what the fuck is going on with this?
So I looked into that myself. It was
September 20th, right?
Apparently a 4chan thing to take away or take to kind of start leaning the conversation away from Epstein. The dude Epstein got arrested for all kinds of child sex trafficking and shit like that there, but apparently he's a friend of the president's.
Yes, I heard about that.
And so again, and I guess it was really in the news. So all of a sudden, like probably that same day, if you go back to it.
So somebody read it's a fake news.
In reality, somebody probably thought the notion of Area 51 was a hilarious thing, and then somebody else was like, we got to use this, is what it probably comes down to. Somebody probably was like, that's hilarious, let's all go bust in Area 51, and to them it was nothing but a joke. And somebody else was like, yeah, we can probably make that trend, and people who I love have really started riding on that Area 51 shit, and I'm just like, none of y'all gonna do this shit. If you did that shit, you could end up dead as fuck. The military actually finally had to come out and make a statement yesterday and was like, we are monitoring the situation. And I'm like,
I've seen a couple funny ones. Like I saw one where it's like Will Smith holding the baby alien from the first Men in Black movie. It's like 9 months after you clap some space cheeks.
Yeah, that's so clapping Area 51 cheeks has been the one meme that's come out of this. So I'm just like, that's hilarious.
Yeah,
because it was one where it's like, what was it? It was.
I saw one where it was like E.T. better stand for extra because I'm clapping some space daddies.
It was the one that he came and said, we came to rescue. And then the alien's like,
oh yeah, that was the explosion.
Okay,
yeah, I said that to you guys yesterday.
It's like, they have sex with you. And the alien's face is just like... So... I guess that's just an interestingly timed situation. So,
yeah, even like the cosplay models and shit have been posting pictures of themselves in like alien gear now and shit. Yeah, dude, I'm telling you, it's like overnight. Like my one buddy who's approaching 40, and he is all over social media like he's a prepubescent teen. Like I don't have a TikTok, but that man does.
I don't fully understand TikTok.
It's Vine.
I know, I get that piece of it. I'm like, what do you? If you're not making shit, what's the point?
Yeah. Well, I mean, some of it's funny, I guess, but I haven't gotten onto it.
Yeah.
But like, he'll send me shit like this, and I'm not in on the joke because I don't frequent these avenues of the internet.
Yeah.
So like, he's sending me these Area 51 memes, and I'm just like thinking, okay, something must have happened because like, the chances of you to have 4 Area 51 memes in this short amount of time means that now this is something that's going around, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
I'm gonna laugh because it's kind of funny, but I don't understand the reasoning behind it all.
The overarching gag of it. Yeah. Like, literally, some guy started a what's the one you can make up? They make us sign stuff to get shit on the bills. What is that called? My mind's not working. What?
Petition?
Petition seems to be the word that seems to fit that. Made a petition, one of those online petitions. Okay. I forgot what that company is. There's somebody who actually does that. Move on or somebody. And now 1 million people have signed this petition to say, yes, we'll storm Area 51 on this day.
Yeah, still,
because it says we'll storm Area 51, they can't stop us all. That's the name of this petition.
And it's like 500,000 people have signed up for this shit.
Yeah, and like I said, this morning it was up to 1 million because NPR was like, that's 1 million is basically the number where the government was like, yeah, don't worry, we got this. That's an Air Force base. Don't fuck with the Air Force. So, Italy today, or at least it came on the news.
If they just told the president back in 1998 that Area 51 was real, we would have been able to stop the aliens before they took out the White House. Okay, that's all I'm saying.
So, speaking of missiles, Italy today, or
Wasn't a missile.
or yes, I'm meet you there. Basically, ransacked or whatever, or just raided a neo-Nazi encampment. Amongst the things they took out of there was what I saw in one article described as a air-to-air missile, and I mean a full-ass, big as this motherfucking missile, or somebody else described it as a ground-to-air missile. Either way, it's a fucking big-ass missile that apparently this white supremacist organization in Italy had at least one of. And I'm like, it's, you know what I'm saying? Every now and again, they'll do some shit in America. They'll be like, yo, look at all these guns we found, and they'll find like a weird rocket launcher or some shit.
And it's like the group takes a picture in front of it. Like, look what we got. Look, we got this contraband.
But this was a full-ass missile, which needs a lot of stuff to actually help that bitch fire. And I'm like, what are you even doing with that? What are you aiming
Well, I mean,
at?
like Ron Swanson had a fucking claymore on his desk, right?
Yeah.
Like the sword or
Like the
C4?
the landmine
That you stick in the
yeah,
ground. Okay.
yeah.
The one that says this side facing out. Actually, I don't know if you've ever seen this claymore, but it literally has to say this side faces out so people know where to stick it in the ground because it's a directed explosion.
Yeah, I kind of feel like I remember a coworker was talking about how her and her husband had like all these different kinds of guns. I'm like, what the fuck for? I mean, I know like people. I mean, what do I need a bunch of pop figures for? But at the end of the day, it's kind of like one of these costs $6.99. I mean, it's not even the cost though. It's just like, what do you need to do with 500 rounds, or like to have a AK-47, or what's the purpose? Like, if I needed a gun, I think a menacing revolver with 5 shots would be like, hey motherfucker, you get out of here, that's enough. But I don't know.
They seem to really enjoy. I'm trying to find you this missile. I want y'all to see this missile. I feel like it has to be seen to be believed. It's like, what did you do with that? I'm just gonna type in Italian missile in the search, see what comes up.
Careful, now you're on a government watch list.
Italian missile. Search. Yeah, see, this could take a real turn. Yeah, so this is I believe this is it's a BBC story. Tyson's combat-ready missile in their Look at this motherfucker.
I mean, any missile is impressive.
Just like,
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, you telling me that this missile is the size of this pole behind Anthony doesn't really impress me because I just assume that's the size of all missiles.
I'm just saying.
So it's like,
I don't know how a missile scope in my head, like, oh yeah, that's the size of a missile. Like, missiles are one of those kind of things that's just like, it's gonna fuck you up no matter what.
Oh, you see their cachet of guns.
Yeah. It's like a bottle rocket. So you put a bottle rocket at somebody's face.
Might as well be a missile.
Yeah.
I get that. I can pick up what you're putting down there, man.
Mm-hmm.
I am the missile originated from the Qatari Armed Forces. Good to know how this works out. Somebody sold a missile. I was thinking missile run.
Now, was the missile actually like loaded, or was it just the casing?
That shit says combat ready missile on that BBC sir. So that bitch seems to be like, I think you need a jet to attach to or something. I don't know how missiles work. But again, I just wonder how much a missile run. You know what I'm saying? What that cost a brother these days? That missile is this much money. You had to guess. Just come on.
How much is a missile? What, like $250,000 at least?
Black market style missile. That belongs
Black
to
market, I'd probably go at least like $1 million.
You think $1 million?
If it's black market and like they're using it as like a collectible.
Well, these are Nazis who were apparently preparing for war, so not necessarily a collectible.
I don't know. I seen American Beauty.
That dude came and shot that dude. That's fucked up. But then it's Kevin Spacey, so it's like, fuck that dude. It's terrible, man. It's terrible. It's all up and down.
Yeah, the other day I was thinking about somebody was talking about how they hadn't watched shit. Wasn't on Usual Suspects in a while. And I was just like, yeah, I have watched it. That shit is so good. Then I was thinking about like, oh yeah, can I am I supposed to be still watching that shit?
See, that's the thing. I watched that new Aziz special.
Yes.
And so he had the conversation
At
about
the beginning,
about Michael Jackson, and like they talk about the documentary and the kids and all this, and he singled out the other Dan in the crowd there, and he's like, oh, you still listen to Michael Jackson? Yeah. Even without all those couple kids? Yeah. What if it was 1,000 kids?
Yeah, but see, that's the thing. It's not just 2. It's like 6.
Yeah.
It's more than that. And the other day I was thinking about this too. No lie, I was thinking about R. Kelly and how like the song "I Don't Mean It" is like the best "I'm Sorry" song I could ever think of in my life. I'm like, what other songs represents a nigga being sorry more than that song? And I was just like, ain't no other song.
Woman's Fed Up, so forth. And
Yeah, he runs the gambit of like so many good songs for so many different emotions. Like "Happy People" is a happy ass song.
Step in the Name of Love.
Yeah, he got a lot of good songs. And "Dirty Diana" is pretty good. Like I give it to Michael Jackson on some shit, but I feel like I got more R. Kelly. I'm more emotionally invested in R. Kelly than I am in Michael Jackson. Like way more. Like Michael Jackson got some good songs, but like R. Kelly got some songs that's like that'll almost save my fucking life. Like if I keep on listening to this song, I'm not gonna go deal with this crazy bitch right now. Let me just listen to this R. Kelly.
Now see, what's wild about what pulls me the other way with R. Kelly is, unfortunately, a lot of the songs he wrote was literally about children. And then he like, ooh.
But then, like I was listening, I was going.
You know how I feel about Gotham City Remix?
Gotham City Remix is real good.
I can't listen to it though.
And then I was thinking about how like Jay-Z.
It pained me to take Ignition Remix out of my Spotify playlist.
Jay-Z had some questionable music too. Cause I was just like, did Jay-Z influence me to eat pussy? Because like I was at a young age, and I think messing with Jig. It's hot. It's hot.
I have a question about Jay-Z for you guys. Now, is it? And I think I've seen this somewhere before, but I want to confirm.
Okay.
He was a drug dealer back in the day.
Yeah, it's his claims.
Okay, so like, are we talking like not like crime lord, but like on the corner?
From what he speaks, he was a little bit more than just like.
He was nobody's corner boy. He was not the kingpin, but he was in the middle. He was making trips, and that's well beyond corner boy.
I was only asking because I had seen the videos over the weekend of him and Beyonce like hugging Meghan Markle and like hanging out with the royalty and all that, and I'm thinking, man, to come from like a drug dealer to like just out here kicking it with the royalty, man. That's the come up.
Pusha T has a line about that on that song Palmolive on that Freddie Gibbs Mad Lib album, where he's like how he got invited to the White House. Obama knew he was a criminal and still invited him to the White House, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I think it was a stat like maybe I read like 10 years ago that like everybody in the top 25 of music at this point had a felony on their record.
That's so wow, that's crazy.
Like it was quite a while ago because it was like Kid Rock was on that list as well. And Kid Rock hasn't been it might not have been felonies, but everybody had a criminal record in the top 25.
Yeah.
So
that's wild. I can't call it, but
the whole I want to say though the NZ's thing. It was an interesting special for me to watch because it was the first time I remember, like on a special like that, a comedian basically saying like, "Yeah, shit I did 10 years ago, well, it's not really cool anymore." Like he even talked about like Parks and Rec, and like something they did in the show where I think they said the F rhymes with maggot.
The F word, we just call it that now. We can say fuck, we can't say that other one.
Like it was something that they did on the show where he did it, this Tom character. Yeah. But now it's just like, if you were to hand me that script right now, I'd be like,
it's a part in the not necessarily B-roll, but like in the credits of Toy Story 2, where
Kelsey Grammer's character.
Who?
The prospector.
The prospector was talking to Barbie dolls, like a casting couch situation. Like, I can get you in the next movie. They cut that out. Yeah. Like, cause he was gonna be fucking the Barbie twins.
Because he was like, oh, so you two are perfectly identical.
Oh yeah.
It's actually kind of like I own what was once the most ultimate collection of Toy Story 1 and 2, the ultimate toy box, what's called. I actually own that on DVD still. Never got rid of that. That's like, it's a few DVDs I still have in the collection, and that's one of them because it's such a nice collection. But yeah, so I still got that on video if you need it, even though it's probably all over the internet.
Well, yeah, it's probably over the internet, but give it a few years.
What was that show? 13 Reasons Why? Netflix just came out and said they cut the suicide scene out of that show. They said it was so graphic, and that a lot of psychologists and people have been saying it has actually probably led to an upswing in suicides of a certain type. That they finally just removed it from that show.
That's one show. Like, I didn't watch the second season of it, but that first season was just like, this shit was heavy as fuck. I think if they cut that scene out, they should definitely take out that fucking rape scene. Because that was the most intense rape scene I've ever seen in my life. As a person who has watched some fucked up movies. I've seen Dogtooth before, and this is worse than Dogtooth.
There's a rape scene in either American Horror Story or another show that Julia Roberts' niece was in. That one show, it was on Fox. It was kind of like a horror show. They were all in college. I can't remember the name. I think it was either that or American Horror Story. She has been in both of them.
Yeah.
And it's such a fucked up. It was the fucked up rape scene. I was just like, no, bro, I cannot.
I've seen the one, like, I watched the first season of American Horror Story, and that was where the ghost dressed up in the all-leather suit, and she thought it was her husband. And that's how she gets impregnated with the ghost baby.
Wow. No, not that one.
Yeah, it had a very Revenge of the Nerds feel to it.
Yeah, I still haven't seen Revenge of the Nerds before. Like,
I mean, look, man, We Got Bush is a hilarious line in that movie, but nah, sir, don't do it.
We Got Bush.
Because they set cameras up in the sorority house. And then finally somebody, took the underwear off. They're like, gentlemen, we got Bush. And hair pie was the one joke that the Asian guy called a hair pie. Richard Nerds, just like Aziz said. Aziz said 10 years ago. Richard Nerds, 30 years ago. Nah, son.
Well, no, but yeah, he was talking about specifically about himself.
Yeah, I know. It's just
like he was talking about how like he was real like worried when the R. Kelly stuff came out. He's like, at the end of one of my specials, I talked about how much I love listening to R. Kelly.
Yeah.
He's like, they've got me on tape. And then like it brought an interesting like concept or perspective of like being famous and having all the things you say and do recorded and out there for everyone to see.
Yeah.
And then shit like this goes down and you're like, oh, where's this person stand on this now,
Yeah. Nah, me and Ant watched that, kind of co-watched that. Because I wanted him to watch it and tell me if I should watch it. And then he's like, I ain't watching that shit. And I'm like fine,
I wasn't going to watch it. And I watched it. I could have not watched it. I feel like he's to the point where, like, that shit happened to him, and it changed him to a point where it's kind of like, I don't know. I don't think. I'm sure he got past it and all that. I mean, I don't know if he's past it or not, but that motherfucker wasn't that funny. Like, it was some stuff that was okay in it, but like, you get Aziz Ansari, he's suited and booted. Like that relaxed sitting on stage, kind of fucking sadness to him.
I did not appreciate how it was shot. I get it, Spike Jonze, who cinema verite vanguard motherfucking filmmaker, didn't like the way it was shot. I didn't like how he dressed. You right. I appreciated Aziz know how to dress. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I don't like him coming on. I'm just gonna rock this t-shirt. They probably cost a lot, but still.
Yeah, I don't like. He clean shaven. It was just like it was a tone of it I didn't appreciate. It's kind of like. Sitting on that thing.
I was coming on a Facebook group and I said how I truly felt that special was made for a very particular type of white person and not for me. It's like he's speaking directly to a different audience than I am.
I kind of feel like he was trying to reach the woke white people because it was constantly these jokes. It's like, that's enough. Like your third woke white joke was that was fine.
Yeah. Whereas I don't think he was talking to. I don't think he actually was talking to. I think he was talking about woke white people. So to people who would appreciate them getting clowned on. That's what I feel like he was talking to.
Yeah, like I said, it was just like I've been like fucking with Aziz for a long time since like Human Giant. Yeah. And it's just kind of like, nah, I'm okay. It's like when your cousin get out of jail and he a Muslim. And it's like, man. You eat pork more than all of us still. But yeah, I didn't dig it too much.
Well, we gotta wrap it up and get back to the office here, people. We've been at it. Thank you for listening as always. Thanks for joining us on this mission. We'll be back here next week. Do the same goddamn thing again. Man, I want to talk to you about this sad-ass podcast I heard on This American Life. I'll come back to you. It was a podcast about podcasts. It's insane. That shit fucked me up.
The drug one?
Yeah, the Adobe podcast.
Oh, yeah.
That episode.
I don't know when we're going to be recording this one, but we'll be doing it soon.
There you go. So that's Lunchbox 2099. That's Tatum 216.
Yes.
And the other is Tatum 713. You've just been podcast. Still know you loved it. Oh, that's somebody washing their hands?
Yeah.
Either way, you just been podcast. Still know you loved it. Dry. Don't use the air dryer. Turns out they spread shit everywhere. I don't know how we still even got air dryers at this point. It's gross.
It's nobody, because people don't want to buy paper towels.
Hey, what happened to you? You used to be beautiful.
So, you finished Stranger Things the other day, right?
I did.
What did you, like the other day I found out through Jocelyn that it was a bonus scene.
Bonus scene.
At the end of the last episode?
So, I guess like to try and keep it spoiler free. You're talking about the thing.
No, this spoiler.
Oh, okay.
We're spoiling it.
All right. So you're talking about the thing with the prison, and we're like talking about the American.
Yeah. Right.
So that was a bonus scene?
I thought so.
Because I just assumed that it was like a Marvel-esque
Yes.
mid-credit scene where they're like giving you a hint of like the fourth season, which they said they're doing a fourth season.
Yeah.
And that they might do a fifth, but after, even if they do a fifth, that's it. So I figured, like, if anything, that was just kind of like giving them a potential option for someone that they could bring back that like you think is dead that isn't dead yet. Like obviously, I guess we're just gonna go full spoiler train. Hopper is like the obvious choice.
Yeah.
But then I've also seen things where people are saying that like potentially the
Dryer in the bathroom.
potentially the doctor from the first season that like experimented on all the kids. It's like you saw him get attacked, I guess, but no one ever actually saw him die.
Okay.
So like they may have found him that like maybe he helped advance their research or something like that.
Yeah. I kind of hope Hopper is back alive, but at the same time, I really don't care. Like, I liked him, but the show was about the kids.
Yeah, and like, I'll be honest, I could probably go, like, if say they only do the fourth season, it's the last season, I'm cool with not seeing the Hopper Winona Ryder love story.
Moonlighting, will they, won't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was kind of stupid. Also, like, the sister and the brother, I really didn't like this season. Like,
Sister and the brother? Like the guy from Power Rangers and then the ginger girl?
No, that was fine. Billy and the redhead, I'm talking about Will's older sister, like they working for the newspaper.
Oh, okay. Wait, that's his older sister?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I forgot. Oh, you're right. I forgot that they were related because like they didn't really have much family time in this season.
No. And then the mom was trying to cheat with Billy.
I was surprised that dude was back on the show because I thought he was banned from America for like getting busted with cocaine.
What? Billy?
Not Billy. The poor kid, the poor dude.
Oh,
Winona
wow.
Ryder's older son. Like, he's with Nancy in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he didn't make it to like the rap party for the last season because he got deported for drugs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so I was shocked that like he was back on the season, and then apparently in real life he's actually dating Nancy.
Okay. So maybe it seemed kind of awkward when they really got flames in real life. I don't know. But yeah, it was. I was expecting like, why did they introduce those kids from last season, like 11's extended power family, and then I kept on saying like, oh shit, they about to go in and help 11 because like 11 was, I think, this season her powers were just like astronomical, like above every other season. Like she was crushing shit, like too much. Like on a scale where I thought this was kind of like.
Isn't this like in Seinfeld when like the dudes don't get sex for a while and they become geniuses, and the women like don't get sex, they get dumbed down. But like now that like she's making out with little boy all the time.
She's getting extra powerful.
Yeah, she's getting super powerful because she's got like those female juices flowing.
That could be because she was she was like Hulkamania strong this fucking season, like busting, like throwing Billy through that fucking wall and like splitting a monster damn near in half. It was just like.
And I thought it was funny how quickly she turned into the petty, angry girlfriend.
Like reading Will's mind and shit. Like that was pretty funny. Like I feel like the first 2 episodes was just like storyline. Then shit finally hit the fan like during the 3rd episode. But like she did get extra girlfriend petty. Her and Mac. Is that her name? The girl with the red hair?
I don't know, I call her
Ginger Girl. Like, they did just, like, go from 0 to petty real quick. And...
Well, like, apparently the redhead girl, she already had it in her. She'd already been, like, you remember, she broke up with old boy, like, 6 times. Mm-hmm. So it's like, this is her MO. Yeah. So she's transferring the petty to 11, where 11 was like, oh, man, he lied to me. And then she's like, fucking leave his ass. Make him want you. Punish him. She's... You know, you gotta go out and spend his money, look good.
Yeah, that was some of the girls. I think that's where they start playing. Well, girls want to have fun. They spent a lot of money on songs this season. It seemed like to me, like I don't think I've heard too many Madonna songs. You hear Cyndi Lauper all the time, but you don't hear a lot of Madonna songs in shows or in movies.
Well, the thing about it too is like this show is like trying to stay to that '80s feel, and that's when that song came out, right?
Yeah.
So yeah. I mean, Glow does a similar thing, I think, right?
Yeah, Glow does a similar thing, but like with B-list songs, it was just like they had some straight ass bangers in this in those first couple episodes.
Well, too, like Madonna, that song's been out for like what 30,
almost 40 years
now.
Yeah.
Like, don't the royalty costs on that shit go down over time? Like, I thought there was like a 30-year limitation on that kind of shit, or do you have to like renew the licenses? I don't know how that works.
It's based on popularity. So like songs that like always do well, like Watchtower. Every damn war movie puts out Long the Watchtower in it. And so they because it remains popular, they can sell it for a great price. So that's the setup there.
Yeah, but we were just saying how I was saying how I think Stranger Things just spent money those first episodes on
expensive songs.
On songs.
Yeah.
But
and then those things pay out based on viewing. So like at some point they got to come to the cleaner and be like, okay, Madonna, this episode was watched X amount of times, so your money it's almost an perpetuity? Yeah, so
in perpetuity.
In perpetuity, it keeps going. So it's kind of dope. You get your song in the right spot, and you can be taken care of for a very long time afterwards. So,
maybe like, do you think too? Maybe Madonna's like, I love this show. You can use my song.
It is possible, but it depends on who owns the rights to that song. Because Madonna might not own the rights to what was it? It was Holiday. It was Holiday. Celebrate. Yeah, it was Holiday. So
yeah.
Now, what about like them singing "Neverending Story"?
Yeah, again, so that song belongs to the studio that made that movie, which I think was Carlico or some shit. So whoever owns who owns their shit now, and so that was a weird situation. Did y'all say spoilers for Stranger Things?
Oh yeah.
I asked, and he's like, "Oh, this is gonna be spoilers," and I was like, "Okay, I guess that we'll consider that the warning."